Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome. My name is Judy Olian and it's my great privilege to serve as Dean of UCLA Anderson, and welcome to the 2018 Commencement Ceremony. And let me make a special greeting to our most special guests, the class of 2018. Hello there. Now, if you will, please rise for the singing of the National Anthem by Stephen Cooper, one of our talented candidates in the FEMBA program. Stephen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Then the rockets ran glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Stephen. That was absolutely beautiful. We have many people to thank on this very special day. We all know that earning an Anderson MBA takes hard work, dedication, and discipline. That is all you, our graduates. But we also know that it doesn't happen alone. It takes the support and dedication of those closest to you, too. I'm talking about your families and friends, your classmates, your case competition partners, your favorite faculty members, your mentors, your personal barista. Every one of these people has had a role in your success and the fact that you reached this milestone today. They've been your support team, your champions. They were there for you when you needed it, and they've let you have your space when you needed that too. So, graduates, please join me in thanking the family and friends, your personal cheerleading team, who share this very memorable occasion with you. We are all grateful to each of you. While many of your supporters are here today, Anderson also has a global footprint. We are supported by many friends, the UCLA Anderson family, across the country and around the world. We're webcasting the commencement so your family and friends can join the experience from anywhere they are, no matter what the region, no matter what their time is. We're also tweeting, Instagramming, and otherwise sharing this commencement on all of Anderson's social media platforms. A few years ago, at this point in time, I'd say to you to please be considerate and turn off your cell phones, but we don't do that anymore. So please do use your mobile devices as we go along to share photos and your thoughts on Twitter, Instagram, WeChat, Facebook, or whatever the heck it is that you use. Our commencement hashtag today is #Anderson2018. Again, #Anderson2018. have fun, go for it, but please don't miss your big moment when we call you up here. So, it's wonderful to see so many branches of our Anderson family tree here today. We actually are very excited to have members of the actual Anderson family here, including our commencement speaker, whom I'll introduce in a moment. Also here today are dedicated members of the UCLA Anderson Alumni Network to welcome our new graduates into Anderson's powerful network, now 39,000 strong around the world. Anderson has 23 domestic chapters and 4 affinity groups within the U.S., and the biggest growth has been in our international chapters. We've gone from 2 to now 25 international chapters and affinity groups, the Philippines being the newest, and that has really strengthened the reach of the Anderson brand globally. So wherever you go across the country or around the world, you'll find a family member of the Anderson Network there. Let us recognize and celebrate our distinguished faculty who serve as teachers, mentors, and often friends to our students. Each, of course, is an outstanding rock star, knowledge leader in his or her academic field. Put them all together, and they make for a truly superb faculty team. And our tremendous administrative and support staff are also an essential ingredient of every student's experience at Anderson, and they are a deeply caring support team. They, too, share in the pride of our graduates' accomplishments today. So, faculty and staff, please stand. Let us recognize and applaud you as key players in our graduates' educational and life journey. Please stand. It's now truly an honor and my personal delight to introduce our keynote speaker, William S. Anderson, an innovative, passionate, and dedicated entrepreneur and a business and community leader. Bill is the executive chairman of Topa Equities, a diversified holding company based here in Los Angeles, and he's the chairman of Topa's insurance group. Bill is also a member of UCLA Anderson's Board of Advisors. You've probably figured out from the name that Bill is a member of the UCLA Anderson namesake family. He's the son of Johnny Anderson, the founder of Topa Equities and a 1940 UCLA alumnus, who along with his wife Marion and the rest of the incredible family are our school's most generous benefactors. John sadly passed away in 2011, and Marion passed last May in 2017. And Bill will also be talking about his first mom. Early in his career, Bill served for 14 years as Topa's executive vice president and as president of Topa Properties Limited. And in these positions, he was responsible for around $1 billion in acquisitions across Topa's 6 divisions. Well, Bill's career took a fascinating turn then, and I must say, an extremely cool turn. I figure that a few of you might like beer or coffee or whiskey in this group. Bill has been involved in all 3, in business, I should say. Bill spotted an opportunity, a need in the beverage industry, and seized it. In 2005, and you'll hear more about this from him, he founded First Beverage Group to serve the beverage industry's need for dedicated, focused financial services. Through its private equity fund, First Beverage advises and invests in innovative beverage brands from craft beer to coffee to kombucha. Just a few months ago, Bill and First Beverage sold the company's investment banking arm to Cascadia Capital, which is a leading boutique investment bank in Seattle that already works with many brewers and wineries. The transaction will also allow him to focus his energies and creativity on First Beverage Ventures, which is the private equity arm. In the past 4 years alone, First Beverage has completed more than 25 beverage deals, including 18 in the craft beer industry. Before joining TOPA, Bill was an attorney with O'Melveny and Myers in Los Angeles, and before that, a legislative assistant to U.S. Senator George Mitchell of Maine. He holds seats on many corporate boards, among them TOPA Equities, Acacia Research, Health Aid Kombucha, and Cascadia Capital. He is a former member of the board of the New Belgium Brewing Company, which makes Fat Tire Belgian-style ale. I have a feeling that some of you have probably tasted that. He also has been an active angel investor in technology startups and emerging consumer brands, including Blue Bottle Coffee. Bill is here with his sons, Max and Spencer's, and with his sisters, Sue McKinley and Judy Munzig. Judy serves on our Price Center board, and they share the Anderson family DNA as business leaders who care deeply about community, about affording opportunity to those who are less lucky but hungry to succeed, or to kids and adults who are suffering and need help. Throughout his career, Bill has been engaged in community projects. He's the former chairman of the Weingart Center, one of the country's largest facilities for the homeless. He's currently a board member of Experience Camps, a national nonprofit that serves one-week camps for children who've gone through the loss of a parent, sibling, or their primary caregivers. Like the rest of his family, he brings passion and heart to all he does in business and community. I have to say, personally, that one of the most treasured parts of my time at Anderson has been my close relationship, first with Bill's parents, and later with the entire family, including Bill and his siblings. They are inspiring, they are humbling, and they're also great fun. Bill holds a bachelor's degree from Bowdoin College, a master's in journalism from Boston University, and a JD from the UCLA School of Law. Yes, he's a Bruin, and what's more, he's an Anderson. It's my true joy to welcome our keynote speaker, Bill Anderson.
Well, Judy, thank you so much for your very kind introduction. You've played a very important role in our family's ongoing commitments to Anderson, and on behalf of my whole family, we thank you for your leadership and your vision and your dedication. You've been a remarkable driver of change during your time here, and it's the courage to change and to lead change that I want to address with all of you today. First, I want to thank the faculty and the administration for this great opportunity. Most of all, I want to send my deep congratulations to the class of 2018 and to your parents and families and supporters and friends. Thank you for this great honor of addressing you. It's especially meaningful for me to represent my family on this campus here today. My father came to UCLA from Minnesota on an ice hockey scholarship and was an undergrad in the class of 1940, as Judy remarked. My mother, Peggy, was a graduate of the class of 1941 before going on to be a school teacher and a mother of 5. And my stepmother, Marion, could not have been more proud to build on our father's original commitment to Anderson out of her meaningful friendship with and respect for Dean Olian and her deep admiration for you students, the faculty, and the board of advisors. As I said earlier, I want to talk with you about the courage to embrace change today. I've always been struck by the difference between those with a growth mindset. I can learn, I can change, I can always get a little bit better. And those with a fixed mindset, things are just fine the way they are. And I've always been fascinated by those who have the strength to pause and after taking the time to overcome their fear of failure, have the guts to take substantial risks. But the one thing I think we can all agree on is that change is difficult. I was recently talking with my board chairman at First Beverage, Jim Bereither, about how most people want to run from change. Jim has held senior leadership positions at Brown-Forman and Seagram's, both old-line family liquor businesses. We were talking about how we both like change and agreed that embracing change made us a little bit better. Jim told me, interestingly, that throughout his career, he would move the office furniture around every 12 to 15 months. I had never heard of anything like this, and I was impressed, and I thought, what a fantastic way to change and shake up how we mentally and physically come into our workspace. And then I left the conference room where Jim and I had been meeting, and walked down the short hallway back to my office. I was dead set on reorganizing my furniture. And then I sat back in my chair and thought, nope, I like it just the way it is, and I like the view. And within 30 seconds, I had come up with 5 really good reasons why moving anything was a really bad idea. And within another 30 seconds, I had pretty much forgotten Jim's creative idea entirely. I had forgotten it entirely until, of course, I started to write a speech about how all of you need to embrace change. But isn't that how it often plays out? We profess that we like change and are comfortable with it, but we really only like our kind of change, only on our schedules. Our comfort zones are so highly personal and unique, a result of our upbringings and our role models, the memories of our successes, and also of our past echoing failures. But I don't think we're put here to hold back or be complacent about needed change. In 2005, after 14 years working in my family's business, working alongside my father, I decided to leave and start my own company, which became First Beverage, now, as Judy said, a private equity firm investing in emerging beverage founders who have had the guts to take on the large mainstream incumbents. I knew I had an entrepreneurial voice that I needed to finally listen to and follow. But I was in my mid-40s, tuition costs and other family expenses were in full swing. My dad had been a thoughtful teacher and mentor, and I could not have asked for a better business education after leaving my work as a lawyer. I felt tremendous loyalty to him and the vision of what our family business had become and what it could be in the future. And contemplating this kind of change was simply not the norm in our family, to say the least. So there I was, thinking about leaving a very safe family business position, and I couldn't find anyone else really in my universe to talk to who had ever left a family business job midlife, mid-career. But fortunately, a few good mentors and close relatives were there to listen to my predicament. They just kept listening. Their listening was a kind of generous wisdom all by itself, without words. And it was when I got tired of hearing my own excuses for why I couldn't leave, why I couldn't do a startup in my 40s. It was then that I knew the personal cost would be too high if I didn't follow my own path. Now, for all of you graduates, this message may be somewhat unnecessary. As a generation, you change jobs more frequently, and you make a really great habit of seeking out new experiences. But my guess is that some of you still hesitate to embrace change as much as the rest of us. Many of you will be heading off to companies desperately in need of lessons from you on how to adjust to this new world, a world many old companies now find terrifying. I've seen that terror in the eyes of many large beverage suppliers who have been slow to realize that today's beverage consumer wants local and better for you brands with authentic stories behind them rather than bland, mainstream products with unhealthy ingredients. And there's no better example of this change than what we've seen in the craft beer movement, a topic I have a feeling some of you graduates might know something about. My friend Kim Jordan showed incredible courage when she and her then husband founded New Belgium Brewing 30 years ago. Their first beers were brewed in the basement of their home in Fort Collins, Colorado. Kim was a former social worker who delivered cases of beer to local bars out of her family's station wagon. Over the years, she had the courage to transition her brewery to wind power and convert her company to 100% employee ownership. When I joined the New Belgium board, it was 50-50 women and men, and the top 3 C-level executives were all women. This obviously broke new ground for one of the oldest of old industries, one dominated by men, and up until then, saturated by frat boy TV ads. Kim's courage to break the old corporate model and her success are part of what led to recent remarks by Georgie Paulo Lehman, the esteemed investor in companies like Anheuser-Busch InBev, SAB Miller, Kraft, and Heinz. Lehman said, "I've been living in this cozy world of old brands and big volumes." He admitted that craft beer took him by surprise, and then he said, "In an age of disruption, I'm a terrified dinosaur." To lead change, you'll all need to step out of your cozy worlds, however you've constructed them, and model the change you want to be known for. And that'll take grit and courage. You're not going to be able to ask others to grab and embrace change before you do. You're going to have to move your own office furniture first. If you have the courage to change, when you do, your reward will be a richer and more diverse life. As the author Gail Sheehy has written, if we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we aren't really living. When I was having my last conversation with my father about my planned departure, I recognized that we weren't really getting through to each other. He didn't seem to understand my reasons, and I wasn't as empathetic as I should have been about how my decision might have been impacting him. So I took a different approach, and I went back to his earlier years. "I think if you were me," I said, "you would have left many years ago." My dad was nearly 40 when he invested in his first operating company, and I was 46 at the time of this conversation. He didn't respond initially. We sat in silence, but soon he smiled and I smiled, and we both got each other at that moment. I am pretty certain that the decision to leave my family's business at that time in my life saved my career and in some ways saved me. I want to conclude with a short and simple admonition from the poet Mary Oliver in a recent poem of hers. She writes, "There is nothing more pathetic than caution when headlong can save a life, even possibly your own." Thank you so much.
Bill, thank you for those really personal and telling reflections about your family, your life, gutsiness, and inspiring values, a lesson to all of us. You talk about the mixed emotions we feel in the face of change. I certainly feel them very personally at this moment. And I want to thank you and the entire Anderson family for continuing the family tradition, the enormous sense of pride you ignite in all of us because of the family name, what Anderson stands for, and how proud we are to carry it wherever we go all over the world. So graduates, this commencement marks a transition to a new, exciting, and perhaps nerve-wracking new phase of your lives. For the past 2 or 3 years, or even 5 for our PhD students, Anderson has been your home. Please know that it will always be your home, and we hope you come back to that home. You've shared in a very special opportunity to learn, to grow, and you've experienced a lot while at Anderson, an opportunity made even more exceptional because of all that this university and this school represent. But your experience was transformational also because of what you, each of you, contributed and made of your experience here. Every Anderson class is, of course, different, yet there are some collective values that bind each Anderson class and really all of us here together. With your intelligence, your passionate dedication, and with the caring that all of you in the class of 2018 have extended to your classmates and across our communities, you've exemplified and embodied your values, our values, of sharing success, thinking fearlessly, and driving change. Sharing success, as those of you who have spent time here already know, is what truly sets us apart. For those of you in the audience, let me assure you that sharing success at Anderson doesn't mean steering clear of ambition. We're an ambitious bunch here, as you might expect in a group with such talent. At Anderson, we do compete. We do try hard to win, and we like to win. But we compete with integrity, with generosity, and without a win-at-all-costs mentality that can taint a victory. Anderson's spirit of sharing success and collaboration has fostered some remarkable initiatives for our graduating classes, including a social impact week that is a growing passion for our entire student body, a Velocity Women's Leadership Summit, an Awareness Week that showcased Anderson's inclusivity and diversity, CES at Anderson Week highlighting the ubiquitous role of technology in business, field study projects that benefited community organizations in dire need here in our backyard in Los Angeles and around the world, and some terrific conferences on entrepreneurship, healthcare, private equity, big data, digital media, sports, entertainment, energy, Latin America, and Greater China. You organized these. You've accomplished so much. You have shared success. You drove change. You supported one another, and you've left an indelible imprint on Anderson. Like you, I've been thinking about this day for a little while now, and maybe with something of the same mix of excitement and nervousness that I suspect many of you are feeling. This is my 13th graduation here at Anderson, and as you may know, in about 2 weeks, I'll be graduating, in a sense, myself. So I've been doing some reflecting, as one does, on the brink of a new, at times, scary chapter. These last 12 and a half years at Anderson have been the best years of my life. What a privilege and joy it's been. It's very hard to capture the vast array of all I've derived from these years. I'm going to try and summarize it fittingly as a lot of learning. So what have I learned? And I'm going to give you 5 takeaways. First, I've learned that you can continue to learn forever. I've been privileged to spend these years in the most stimulating learning environment, a a marketplace of tantalizing ideas among many people who are way smarter than me. Faculty, staff, students, titans of industry, students from so many diverse backgrounds that are different from my own. Think about it. 12 years equals 6 two-year MBAs. That's a lot of p-values, regressions, conjoint analyses, and four-factor models. I've had the opportunity to attend research seminars about subjects I knew little about, and I have always learned something new. Our Dean's Distinguished Speaker Series included financial, media, and sports moguls, retail, energy, food, biotech, and tech trailblazers, political leaders, tech innovators, founders of NGOs, mega philanthropists, and on and on. To be totally honest, sometimes it felt thoroughly intimidating to talk with these faculty rock stars or industry experts when my knowledge was so much less than theirs. Yet I always loved these interactions because in every single instance, I learned something important and new. And I've had the great privilege to teach, which is actually more about learning than it is about teaching. Rather than quenching my thirst for learning, being at Anderson has made me more curious about the world and about people who are bold enough to take risks and think differently. I've realized again and again how much I have yet to learn and how much better I am when I open myself up to others. That experience has been really exciting for me, and I wish the same for you, to continue always to be curious, to seek out the unfamiliar, and to keep learning. Second, I've learned that people are dealt very different lots in life. It is a matter of luck that certain gifts are handed only to some. Frankly, it's often very unfair, and we cannot equate deservedness with luck. There's nothing that's deserved about being lucky or unlucky. So the conclusion I've come to, and what I've learned from many others, including from our speaker today, Bill Anderson and his family, is this: it's our duty, those of us who were born lucky, to give opportunity to others, to those who are less lucky. I've seen that spirit of giving in many of you, and I've learned with pride that that's this special gift of Anderson and of UCLA as a public university. Many of you have used your own personal story or that of a friend as a springboard into purpose, helping hungry or abused individuals, or families who've fallen into homelessness, or individuals racked with illness, or people who are seeking recovery after a life failure. I've seen you apply your considerable gifts to create opportunity where luck was missing. I've learned a lot from you and know also that each of us can do more. We all have angels within us. So I exhort you to uncover those angels and to deploy them even further, to find ongoing and continuing ways to spread the gift of those angels who are hungry for and in need of opportunity. Third, I've learned that if you're surrounded by a great team, a lot can happen, way more than you could ever achieve yourself. That's the gift of sharing success. It's lonely and pretty useless to be a one-man or woman band. It is a joy and way more effective to be sharing that journey with a beautifully harmonized team that is pulling together to achieve the same purpose. In life and in work, it is never a straight line. You experience highs and you experience lows together. And being part of a great team that shares purpose, passion, and ideals makes the lows tolerable and the highs much higher. It's a privilege to lead a great team, and I've had that privilege. And perhaps the most important lesson for those of us who get that privilege is to get out of the team's way. It will achieve far more than you ever imagined if you allow the team to unleash its power. Fourth, I have learned that if you're immersed in a cause and in a community that inspires you, work isn't work. It's a calling. It's a reason to feel fulfilled because you're totally energized by and proud of the purpose of your work. I couldn't be more proud or fulfilled or energized by what we do at Anderson at UCLA. Think about it. What act, other than saving a person from a near-death experience, transforms a life more than does education? That gift of education changes the way we look at the world, at ourselves. It transforms the way we engage in society. It enriches our capacity to live a life worth living as family members, as enlightened citizens, and as people who feel fulfilled in their daily work. That's the gift of education, and I am so lucky to be a part of it. I have passion for this avocation, and for me, it is not work. So I wish upon you to find your passion, to find your purpose, and to carve out your life's work around it so that it doesn't feel like work. And finally, what I've learned is that the best advice I can give you is to be yourselves, to be your authentic selves, not a copy of someone else, to flesh out the seeds of who you are already. Don't worry about what you think you're supposed to be. Be you. I say that because I've gotten to know so many of you, to really like and respect you as people, to marvel at your ambitions as professionals who are hungry to succeed, to admire your passions as change agents who are hell-bent on making our communities more fair, more humane, more in touch, and more sustainable everywhere. So, here's my takeaways. Keep learning, spread the angels within you, hitch your wagon to a great team, find work that isn't work, and be you. At UCLA, we're optimists, and I'm an enthusiastic optimist observing you and what you'll be and what you'll achieve. I thank everyone, for the privilege of the many lessons I've learned, and to each of you, our graduates, for giving me, all of us, so many reasons to cheer for the future. I plan on staying connected forever to Anderson and UCLA, and I hope that each of you will do the same, stay connected forever. Thank you. Go Anderson and go Bruins. Now, I'd like to introduce Professor Francis Longstaff, Senior Associate Dean and Director of the Doctoral Program. Professor Longstaff will be presenting the 2018 Doctoral Candidates.
Thank you. The PhD program in management was established in 1953. Since then, nearly 1,000 doctoral students have graduated from the program, and today we're adding 12 more doctoral candidates in today's ceremony. Now, the Doctor of Philosophy degree is the highest degree awarded by the university. The candidates receiving this degree deserve our greatest respect and admiration for what is truly a monumental accomplishment. To earn their PhD degrees, these candidates have not only learned the theory and tools required to do original research, but they've demonstrated their mastery of these by contributing to the body of knowledge through their dissertation. Now, the tradition of the academic regalia we're wearing, as well as the doctoral hooding ceremony, have their roots dating back to at least the year 1222, when the Archbishop of Canterbury, Stephen Langton, decreed that flowing gowns be worn by all the clerics in his jurisdiction. The silk portion of the hood displays the university's colors. For UCLA, that's deep sky blue and sunset gold. The velvet portion represents the degree being received. For example, blue for Doctor of Philosophy or green for Doctor of Medicine. During the hooding ceremony, a distinguished faculty member places the doctoral hood over the head of the graduate, signifying their high achievement in completing the graduate program. So the doctoral candidates who will now be hooded are, and these will be in alphabetical order. First, Darren Aiello, dissertation title, 3 essays concerning the financial economics of mortgage markets. Darren will be hooded by dissertation committee chair, Professor Mark Garmes. Sophia Castell, dissertation title, Do-Gooders or Rabble-Rousers? The Politicization of Black Volunteer Work and its Effect on the Hireability of Black Job Candidates. Sophia will be hooded by dissertation committee co-chair, Professor Miguel Unzueta. What's your picture taken? Patrick Kiefer, dissertation title, Essays on Asset Pricing and Financial Institutions. Patrick will be hooded by dissertation committee chair, Professor Mark Grinblatt. Vasily Kurovkin, dissertation title, Essays on Firms and Institutions. Vasily will be hooded by dissertation committee chair, Professor Roman Vaxiarg. Jipeng Li, dissertation title, Labor Risk and Credit Spreads. Jipeng will be hooded by myself, dissertation committee member, Professor Francis Longstaff. Jonathan Lim, dissertation title, Easy Explanations or Elaborate Elucidations, Explanatory Preferences for Complexity Matching. Jonathan will be hooded by dissertation committee chairman, Professor Danny Oppenheimer. Shaker Mittal, dissertation title, Essays on Taxation and Emerging Economies. Shaker will be hooded by dissertation committee co-chair, Professor Roman Vaxiarg. Michael Poiker, dissertation title, Essays on Economic Effects of Convict Labor in the U.S. Modern History. Michael will be hooded by dissertation committee co-chair, Roman Vaxiarg. Young Jin Sung, dissertation title, Essays on Regional Economic Development in the United States. Young Jin will be hooded by dissertation committee member, Roman Vaxiarg. Please give our congratulations to all of our outstanding candidates. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis, and congratulations to all of our new PhDs and your hard-earned work. You make us all proud. You'll continue research and the impact you'll have through the legacy you create, so thank you. Now, for the presentation of our fully employed MBA, full-time MBA, executive MBA candidates. Now, I want to just reduce the tension here and clarify that each year we alternate who goes first among our degree classes, and we have a very structured process. So last year, we started with our EMBA students, followed by the full-time MBA students, and then our FEMBA students. This year, and you'll see how this works beautifully, this year the lineup order will be FEMBAs, then EMBAs, then full-time students. But before we get there, it's a tradition at UCLA Anderson to select a student from each of our MBA students to speak for their respective class members. Timothy Bednar from the FEMBA class of 2018 was chosen on behalf of his classmates. Tim.
Anderson is a place that is full of exceptions, and I'm one of them. You see, when I first got admitted to Anderson 3 years ago, that's a whole 6 White House press secretaries ago, or maybe 7. It might be 7 now, no one knows. I was a late admit by Dean Olian's special action. And what that means is that I didn't meet one of the qualifications for admittance, but the admissions board, after reviewing my full application, made a case to Dean Olian to make an exception. She did. And I mean, it was easily one of the best decisions that she's ever made in her entire life. She tells me that all the time she tells me that. But once I was at Anderson, it became clear that Anderson was full of people who are exceptions because they are exceptional. And this class is no different. It's something I found out early on. Not even a year into the program, I lost my mother after a long battle with cancer. And when I got back to Anderson, not only had my classmates made a donation to the Ovarian Cancer Research Fund, but that donation was matched by a classmate's employer, one to which I had no direct connection nor had ever worked for. And from that moment on, I knew I'd come to the right place. Naturally, the people here went above and beyond what was typical. These people I'd come to know for less than a year that in many ways reached out to me more than friends I had known my whole life. They displayed the power of networking, not just for networking's sake, but for doing what they could to make things a little easier for one of their peers at Anderson. And I will never forget that. After today, as we leave Anderson, some of you will go on to start companies, others will completely change careers, then even more will see promotions in what they already do. But we are all here at this point today because we, in some way or another, are an exception. Remember, there will always be obstacles in life, whether they're personal or professional, or simply from a lack of cups or a coffee machine in the FEMBA lounge that literally never worked. It never worked once. Some of us know what we want to do right now. Others are still looking and will find it later, and all of that is okay. Trust what got you to this point in the first place and surround yourself with people who are exceptional. Many of us have already done that with family and friends that have supported us so much during our FEMBA journey. And for that, we thank you. Now Anderson has added to this incredible network because from day one, I have been consistently connected with people who are the embodiment of being an exception because they are exceptional. And that has made all the difference. So take advantage of what this network offers. Today and every day after today is what we all have been wanting since the moment we got accepted into Anderson. Everyone here in front of me is capable of reaching their goals, to stand out because of your time here at Anderson, as long as you continue to remain an exception. Thank you very much, and please join me congratulating the UCLA Anderson FEMBA class of 2018. Go Bruins!
Thank you, Tim, and you're right. Every day, I bless the decision that I made. Thank you. Now, we'd like to call on our FEMBA candidates to come to the stage and be recognized. Associate Dean for the FEMBA program, Gonzalo Freixas, and FEMBA Teaching Award winner, Associate Adjunct Professor Laurie Santikian, will be joined by Associate Dean Jill Baldoff and Alumni President Dwight Holcomb. And I'll be joined by Bill Anderson in greeting our newest FEMBA alumni. And I'm just going to make a special request. I'm not very good at shaking hands today, so please go gentle, you guys that are going to strong arm me there. Thank you.
Susanna Francia. Al Hempin. Emily Saliba. Marta Zerler. Sarah McIntyre. Megan Pratt. Shwetka Kaptoskar. Jennifer Yen. Melinda Koshabi. Tanya Sani. Albert Wan. Sahil Maheshwari.
Abhinan Mathur.
Aiko Sullivan.
Samitra Maheshwari.
Seth Brody.
Raghudeep Betaputi.
Michael Wang.
Bharatram Ramaswamy.
Derek Wilson.
Robert Dormanish.
Audrey Barker.
Do Kim.
Nicole Strink.
Daniel Lee.
Stephen Cooper.
Adrine Dertavitian.
Charlotte Caden.
Jean-Claude Inawan.
Timothy Bednar.
Patrick Kiernan.
Miranda Rubin.
Peter Myung.
Iran Newman.
Sakura Honda.
William Foley VI.
Sarah Trong Perez.
Anna Sorokina.
Brian Chung.
Maria Bunenko. Franco.
David Masterson.
Matthew Cham.
Supriya Saxena.
Parker O'Brien.
Srinivas Govindarajara.
Vladimir Startsev.
Zinat Barkat Ali Bamani.
Chris Lee.
Sofia Gomez Garcia.
Daniel Toko.
Catherine Lafata.
Graham Rowe.
Anuj Walia.
JT Tyler.
Christina Wang.
Stephen Brooks.
Mary Devon Dietzen.
Corwin Stevens.
Melissa Tran.
William Gallagher.
Sean Irving.
Gaurav Singh.
Miller Sai.
David Shapiro.
Joshua Koch.
Eric Podosek.
Venkatraman Radhakrishnan.
Marty Zhu.
Rachel Luskin.
Randy Ewan.
Sarmad Nasir.
Andrew Molman.
Bradley McGough.
Jiva Chirala.
Colin FX.
Janice Lee.
Jonathan Kim.
Yamini Mapat.
Vibe Vijay Kumar.
Andrew Dale Sharp.
Justin Vu.
Zach Fields.
Daryl Chu.
Grady Murphy.
Ali Bamani.
Jashu Fu.
Slav Sobkov.
Sonali Galhotra.
Kishan Reddy.
Joseph Ho.
Raji Prithri.
Nick Talone.
Dylan Turner.
Shin Zhang.
Amirali Shayan.
Gabriella Paroli.
Taylor Friend.
Tara Hosseini.
Travis Miller.
Andrea Nelson.
Don Victorine.
Hadut Nazirian.
John Freeman.
D. John.
Nidhi Pandey.
Art Kwan.
Nisha Bedi.
Albert Shin.
Kyle Bernier.
Trevor Scott.
Stephanie Choi.
Justin Wijaya.
Lauro Diasesati.
Danny Chu.
Mike Lee.
Jeffrey Moran.
Ari Park.
Cody Yarlitz.
Mackenzie Fear Sherwood.
James Long.
Joseph Bogosian.
Joseph Wong.
Janak Udiyavar.
Philip Bosma.
Srinivas Shirekar.
Jay Spence.
Kush Kotari.
Brett Weinberg.
Steve Moran.
Akshay Grover.
Jerry Keener.
Vivek Rao.
Adriel Carreño.
Iman Saberi.
Rajesh Shroff.
Victor Gebhardt.
Joseph Pisano.
Jared Reamer.
Rajpal Pali.
Varun Agarwal.
Abhishek Full.
Pramal Dawin.
Suvodeep Gupta.
Francis Chervenak.
Kaufu Lai.
Colin Campbell.
Jonathan Bjorndal.
Zhang Li.
Cooper O'Connor.
Lisa Tang.
Anwisha Deb.
Karen Sue.
Giovanna Stanley.
August Larson.
Nasim Shomali.
Alex Silverman.
Alireza Safi.
Christopher Wendt.
Lulu Tong.
Jason Ah.
Serena Chung.
Scott Harvey.
David Way.
Aaron Swan.
Yibo Yin.
Christina Brem.
Dominique Akins.
Lisa Reyes.
Datra Oliver.
Chris O'Connor.
Diamond Lockett.
Brogan Bryant.
Robert Beamer.
Mike Philibin.
Trisha Leskew.
Paul Carney.
Sean Williams Brown.
Matt Quigley.
Larry Ing.
Michelle Him.
Jessica Cheesjoel.
Kaylee Causey.
Olivia Kasoy.
Masha Taylor.
Veronica Brenner.
Peter Safan.
Margaret Cheng.
Andrew Kirk.
Felicia Yao.
Kyle.
Leanne Williams McGowan.
Ryan Buckmaster.
Paul Kwan.
Ashkan Zarnigian.
Stephanie Ho.
Jordana Brownstone.
Ashley Farone.
Rachel Tidings Czar.
Andrew Meangern.
Brittany Hapner.
Lindsay Grobe.
Courtney Reed.
Erica Goldberger.
Chloe Vieira.
Elizabeth Daly.
Joe Fang.
Matt Lai.
Brian Song.
Benjamin Weber.
Dennis Wu.
Zanab Nakvi.
Amy Crow.
Sharia Naravadi.
Vivian Cha. Gail Ginger Vera.
Brandon Woods.
Kathleen Hine.
Dan Raish.
Bebe Chen.
Michael Lobiando.
Steve Blackman.
Sophia Freitag.
Raphael Dainla.
Daniel Moore.
Daniel King Jr.
Amy Joe.
Janet Chung.
Mimi Mitsuko Yang.
Sena Park.
Anu Chikersal.
Robert Abando.
Carol Luong Yen.
Brandon Wise.
Sofia Moreno.
Paul Oberbauer.
Thomas Panlilio.
Ethan Grush.
Elizabeth Moeller.
Vishal Shet.
Nicholas Sachs.
Eric Riley.
Edward Duess.
Yesenia Villalobos.
Stephen Tang.
Sandra Lazo.
Nick Kalra.
Nicole Schwartz.
AJ Azur.
Daniel L. Feldman.
Mart Chubukcholu.
Rahul Pandey.
Daniel Bakaitis.
Suresh Kandula.
Kathy Pham.
Howard Lee.
Stephanie Salato.
Kishore Chitela.
Lisa Shuyang Tyson.
AJ Dundigala.
Ella Fuchs.
Brandon Wong.
Milan Karunaratna.
Wei Lai. Gregory Rosa. Bjorn Grubelich. Sean Quintana. Tyler Humphrey. Lauren Schock. Matt McKee. Chris Blackburn. Garrett Cross. Kevin Klein. And Tam Tran.
So first, thank you, Deans Gonzalo Freixas and Professor Laurie Xantikian. And we'll be congratulating the FEMBAs in a moment. Let's move on now to the graduate chosen on behalf of the Executive MBA by her classmates. It's Amy Hyde. So Amy.
Thank you, Dean Olian, and thanks to my classmates. They say it takes a village, and generally they're referring to raising a child. And while I don't exactly know who they are, because Google and Wikipedia disagree, I believe the almighty they are right. But you're probably wondering what that has to do with graduation. But hear me out, I'll get there. As I've spent time over the past few weeks reflecting on what has made these 2 years so special, and what I'll take with me as we graduate, I've come to believe that the saying applies here too, because it definitely takes a village to foster an experience like we've had. So first, let's acknowledge those that built the village. We'd be kidding ourselves to think it would be the same experience without the administrators, staff members, and professors who have curated this wonderful program and brought together this rowdy bunch of EMBAs. It wouldn't have been the same without Saturday morning omelets over which we debated marginal cost and marginal benefit, or rehashed Friday night shenanigans. And let's not forget the professors who could call us on our nonsense from the moment they walked in the door, like in ops with Professor De Horatius. To all of you who helped build this village, we thank you. Next, we must give thanks to those who made the village possible. Our own spouses, children, friends, coworkers, and countless others who make it possible to take time every other week to come to class and on many other occasions for phone calls and homework. If your graduate here today hasn't thanked each one of you sitting in the audience for making it possible for them to give the time that it demanded, it's only because they're exhausted. So thank you on their behalf. Now on to why you should be proud of our village. In conversations with some of you over the past 22 months, we've discussed how this group of 73 is different than any we've ever been a part of. There isn't a sense of fierce competition to be the best like there often is at work, and most of the time there's a mutual interest in listening and learning from one another. After all, that's why we waited to do an EMBA program in the first place. But mostly why I'm proud of our village is because in the right moment, there's even humility and vulnerability that allows us to seek help from the great people in our village. We've shared so many experiences already, like the honesty and openness Meg showed in our very first week in the program during the ropes course, or the shriek of pure joy that Myung let out after winning the raffle at RBI. Or in the unending support you've shown for the many job changes, pay negotiations, and not to mention the soon-to-be 12 babies born during the course of our program. So, as we go our own ways and try to figure out how to spend all the time we've gotten back, I'm asking each of you to come back and continue to share in our village. Whether it's a moment of joy or fear, or even just to grab a cocktail, just keep building our village. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Amy, and I agree. Every part of the village is special. We now call our executive MBA candidates to come to the stage. Associate Dean for the EMBA program, George Ingersoll, and EMBA Outstanding Teaching Award winner, Professor Mark Garmez, will be joined by Associate Dean Jill Baldoff and Alumni President Dwight Holcomb. And again, I'll be joined by our speaker, Bill Anderson, in greeting our newest EMBA alumni.
Cyrus Arman. Media Najafi. Vic Sardana. Arvind Assam. Tigran Hovanisian. Michael Gambino. Abhishek Rath. Myung Jeong. Dharmesh Kumar. Timothy Conaway. Deepak Gupta.
Oh, sorry, here you go.
Sandeep Gadigankar. Diblina Sinha. Vibhu Kashik. Ramita Garival. Sean O'Connor. Kristen Kuntz. John Ho. Amy Heidi. Lee McClure. Nilafar Yagana. Dana Barada. Brian Roseloff. Nick Hurd. Benjamin C. Heminger. Holly Wild. Artie Nori. Evan Barnes. Oliver Chow. Carter Skeet. Neil Jadav. Chris Schomburg. Gregory Earhart. Benjamin Betts. Levis Caicedo. Zach Wells. Sarath Sasikumar. Adrian Mazzarella. Andres Arzate Engels. Emi Natsume. Jason Parker. Johnny L. Shemas. Raghu Rayalu. Oke Anaquense. Chris Albino. Wenda Rama. Kyle Hopkins. Robert Chandler. Svetlana Kurtanova. Karen Kuo. Philip Meng. Luke Gozman. Nicholas Larchenko. Eunice Kim. Ashley Higa. Ronak Rahimi. Farzana Noorze. Kristen Trevino.
Marissa Vasquez Machuca.
April Cheng.
Shoba George.
Sarala Pichimithu.
Naila Madyun.
Meg Fisher.
Elliot McDougall.
Fong Lei. Amit Jagtiani. Benjamin Camper. Suresh Namandi.
Thank you, everyone. Professor Mark, Dean George, and we'll hold off congratulating the EMBAs in a moment. Now, selected to speak on behalf of his full-time MBA classmates is Sam Blake.
Thank you, Dean Olian, and the rest of the Anderson faculty and staff. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to all the friends and family joining us today. A wise woman once said, "Never start a speech with a quote." So I'll start instead with a scene. At the end of the movie The Graduate, just after a young Dustin Hoffman has persuaded the woman he loves to run off from her wedding and elope with him instead, the young couple scramble onto the back of a bus, look into each other's eyes, and then face forward and take a deep breath as the credits start to roll. I love this scene because it acknowledges that the end is not really the end, and it symbolizes one of the best, most enduring questions that we all face. Now what? If there's anything I've learned over these past couple of years, it's that the best questions tend to be the simple ones, but with complicated answers. A little over 2 years ago, we were all asked a simple question with a complicated answer at our admissions interviews. Why business school? Whatever we actually said then, I'm sure for most of us it had to do with the sense that coming to business school would help us to build a meaningful life. Well, I'm not up here to tell you how to do that. It's a confusing world out there, and I'm still trying to figure out how to do that myself, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep on trying to figure out how to do that for the rest of my life. It's complicated out there. Even in the most basic lessons we learn here, there can be contradictions. We're told to discount the future, but plan for the long term. That the market is rational, but people aren't. We hear about profit and purpose. There's fate versus free will, good and evil, ill-tram versus northern lights. Makes my head spin, so I don't feel like I'm in a position to tell any of you what to do or what to think. But I can tell you what I believe. I believe business is a means, not an end. And that what we're really after is not money or power, but love, connection, and truth. I believe that the demands of reality often get in the way of these pursuits, and that business is a powerful force in shaping that reality. I believe that in business, we should use data to help us make decisions, but that the hardest decisions, and maybe the most important decisions, are the ones where the data won't tell you what to do, where you have to decide what to do based on what you believe. And I think it's during those times that we have to ask those simple, complicated questions, and that it takes leadership to do that. I believe it takes guts to be that kind of leader. I believe we have the guts. I believe we can get closer to the love, connection, and truth that we're after if we collaborate more often than we compete. And finally, I believe that these past 2 years have prepared us to look the world right in the eyes, take a deep breath, and ask ourselves, now what? Congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. I'm very confident in your answer to the now what. We now call our full-time MBA candidates to come to the stage. Associate Dean for the full-time program, Rob Weiler, and MBA Teaching Award winner, Associate Professor Alyssa Wong, will be joined by Associate Dean Jill Baldoff and Alumni Network President Dwight Holcomb. And again, Bill Anderson and I will hand out the diplomas.
Shunpei Kobayashi.
Walter Cisneros.
Daniel Broder.
Samuel Blake.
James Gish.
Carlene Fu.
TJ Wynn.
Alexis Basaldu.
Gabriel Reginato.
Vanessa Vasquez.
Aditi Dachoduri.
Galina Yachuk.
Ryan Christopher Doomlau.
Sammy Bugaba.
Kareem Albadrawi.
Miriam Fagenson.
Harshita Mishra.
Sung Hyun Yang.
Yvonne Chan.
Abdul Kamal Abdulhali.
Tatiana Kormoseva.
Michelle Moorhead.
Alina Karimova.
David Poli.
Gurgana Drumava.
Teju Rao.
Diana Nikoyan.
Stephanie Chingchuan Lin.
Michael Zilberleb.
Janelle Ingju.
Victor Kang.
Dr. Jeffrey Fujimoto.
Akihiko Eto.
Angela Kitwa Chow.
Sridath Nayak.
Andrea Sini.
Aravind Srinivasan.
Jennifer Ju.
Anubhav Mishra.
Adrian Chang.
Manpreet Singh.
Courtney Tyra.
Ankita Punt.
Cherry Law Patage.
Swagata Sarkar.
Kevin Lamb.
Vasya Krishnan.
Dimitri Kesselman.
Hershal Patel.
Kevin Ing.
Hyung Kim.
Aubrey Rowe.
Karen Liu.
Evan Leung.
Betty Shu.
Blake Rabu.
Brent Gardner.
Melody Akbari.
Joao Vasconcelos.
Varun Chalapati.
Jonathan Sherwood.
Catherine Engel.
Colin Mead.
Sean Kanawati.
William Berman.
Daniel Curley.
Andrew Jenkarik.
Julian Trobe.
Rob Kirkpatrick.
Guan Zhang.
Jonathan Bryson.
Talia Conroy.
Marcus Barton.
Phil Bea.
Clint McDonald.
Aditya Marathe.
Neil Fonseca.
Emily Tischler.
Phil Sprawls.
Tracy Koratomi Graber.
Yuhei Iwasaki.
Isabel Adame.
Andrew Protosaltis.
Shivesh Bakshi.
Gadri Chandra.
Gonja Kaluja Jan.
Christian Wawi.
Nithya Ramaswamy.
Hen Hadash.
Lior Bartov.
Hagai Nir.
Alexander Duarte.
Elad Azulai.
Enrico Lawson Pedro Sampaio.
Thomas Michael Christensen.
Vitor Coelho.
Tony Hernandez.
Donato Brito.
Nicole Wisman.
Guillermo Kobilko, the first.
Guillermo Pereira, the second.
Guillermo Perea, the second.
Andrew Wu.
Guillermo Gomez, the third.
Viviana Correa.
Lucas Storino Andrade.
Jose Perigares.
Mariana de Souza Silva.
Paloma Blanco Argibay.
Aaron Riddle.
Claudia Valencia Dongo.
Katie Seti Steinberg.
Ronnie Vexelman.
J.D. Laljani.
Ryan Frazier.
George Carden.
Santiago Fernandez.
Jose Tomas Pobleto Otorzar.
Jesse Abe Yaneda.
Katie Fitzgerald.
Guillermo Cortez El Cuatro.
Avni Amin.
Christian Barriga.
Aaron Kelm.
Rafael Matute.
Chin Chin Wu.
Gonzalo Rojas.
Joyce Trong.
Diego Dejaro.
Angela Singh.
Saba Mora.
Sophia Nai.
Audrey Wong.
Alexis Ryan.
Xiao Shi Shang.
Lisa Kaufman.
Claire Joe.
Erica Gorman.
Nathan Pitters.
Angela Tofilis.
Mike Lee.
Jennifer Michelle Yohani.
Abraham Kim.
Giselle Chavez Gorski.
Huni Shin.
Anissa Tahari.
Robert Mai.
Francis Lee Alcott.
Joseph Chun Han Chu.
Derek Wong.
Sarah Lee.
Jose Lanzagorta.
Keiji Urimura.
Idan Aryav.
Jessica Ng.
Ernesto Cruz.
Prayer Weti Yabatin.
Christian Gonzalez.
Nak To.
Francisco Valdivia Barros.
Nikita Surya Davra.
Eduardo Reder.
Siddharth Mohan.
Naoki Haraguchi.
Cameron Moore.
Jade Jingyu Su.
Michael Snyder.
Jan Leo.
Toshihisa Kogiyama.
Eko Minmin Shi.
Tomoki Iwayasi.
Gordon Rowid Limpo Kayagun.
Andrew Tai.
Kaiming Lincoln Lee.
Han Yan Jung.
Yinsi Wang.
Yenqing Lee.
Charles Tsui.
Larry Chang.
Vivian Liu.
Anita Ho.
Chun Ho Tang.
Longying Zhang.
Chair Chu.
Jason Basecki.
Xiao Hu.
Hong Ao Sung.
Matt Jones.
Himank Sharma.
Spencer May.
Sergei Mazarov.
Catherine Corcoran.
Siddharth Tripathi.
Ali Brodsky.
Pranam Shetty.
Anna Goldberg.
Colin Callahan.
Abby Williamson.
Justin Doherty.
Neha Goldclay.
Brandon Child.
Ali Farr McCarty.
Dan Pariseau.
Sid Parikh.
Alec Bialowski.
Justin Profinius.
Brad Lawler.
Robert Carlson.
Andrew Settle.
Karthik Pathange.
Laurel Casey.
Sean G.
Ariel Milnes.
David Levine.
Ria Sood.
Timothy Van Harmelen.
Sophia Varani.
Steve Bavona.
Stephanie Curry.
Mark Paulson.
Laura Aldaher.
Adit Parikh.
Jamie Weiss.
Stephen Cohen.
Rebecca Katz.
Alan Lan.
Andy Schlichter.
Nate Demi.
James Hinckley.
Tunmei Goel.
Morgan Dower.
Jose Diaz de la Hoz.
Krista Beal.
Elizabeth Gamson.
Brett Holmberg.
Stephanie Siriani.
Judy Zoe.
Lindsay Cash.
Stephen Zhu.
Sho Hee.
Brian Regan.
Anna Costello Doherty.
John Hausholter.
Katie Donovan.
Eric Tata.
Taylor Cram.
Ryan Campbell.
Whitney Conroy.
Brian Cernuda.
Baman Mirzai.
Udit Chowdhury.
Alana Mozingo.
Alex Kais.
Tom Burdekin.
Jeff Sokolowski.
Anna McKeon.
Martin Lin.
Alex Vertiger.
Thank you. Janet Suriwadina.
Alexander Kwa.
Samuel Previs.
Daniel Jun Young Hong.
Shane Collier.
David Lee.
Timothy Norman.
Dongjin Ham.
Zachary Cosberg.
Bobby Kim.
Philip Dugas.
Jaewon Lee.
Neil Doshi.
Hosung Shim.
John Buckley.
Jung Young No.
Lucas Langerman. Teddy Shell.
Jaehyung Jung.
Ankit Shah. Thomas Anderson.
Minchul Park.
Michael Amuyal. Todd Choi. Nicholas Mohaujer.
Ashwinder Singh Lubana.
Hiroyuki Semba.
Ewan Yathev.
Jared Kernkey. Jason Park.
Abhishek Singla.
Felix Watson Jr.
Manish Kumar.
Landon Medlock.
Sid Aurora.
Armand Allen.
Lakshmi Swaminathan.
Magali Ramirez.
Stephanie Yasanovsky.
Dr. Brandon Shepard Scott.
Dr. Andrew Clark.
Tasia Middleton.
Vishal Hutch.
Section A.
Amari Geisinger.
Abby Waldorf.
Omar Toure.
Eleni Theodosi Pisanelli.
Jermaine Baker.
Moira Heath.
Niall Newhair Brown.
Marianne Monroe.
Brendan McNichol. Ned DeOro.
Benjamin Silver.
Brett Boomerts.
Danny Ruig.
Richard Mopas.
Miguel Patino.
Michael Brown.
Brett Alana Bennett.
Justin Bailey.
Scott Huntington Metcalf.
Salman Ahmed.
Ryan Andrew Ferguson.
Benjamin Kalnowski.
Justin Lee.
Andrew Groan.
Brian Busick.
Matthew Gilliland.
Graham Brockington. Gareth Stamp. Ross Abler. Varun Shetty. George Rawson. Stephanie Ma. Wasit Chagyarwinakun. Sorry. Tacha Ananrodwang. Jessica Lynn. Tanuja Mooney. Ellis Look.
Thank you, Deans Weiler Baldorf and Professor Long. And our next speaker will be welcoming you officially as part of the Anderson alumni family for life. Dwight Holcomb, UCLA and US class of 2011, is president of the UCLA Anderson Alumni Board of Directors. Dwight is president and CEO of HC Development and is an incredibly dedicated alumnus for life. We're very grateful to Dwight for his leadership and dedication and for all of the ways he contributes to Anderson. Dwight?
Thank you, Judy. So Judy just mentioned recently that she's leaving, and so my presidency ends on July 1st. And I'd like to think that we left this thing, this Alumni Network, in such good hands with our board and our executive committee that Judy couldn't bear to stay on and see it, anything better than it is today. So seriously, Judy, we're going to miss you. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of my presidency. It's been fantastic. So before I start, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. It's a very special day for all of you and mothers. It's a great Father's Day for me. I'm joined with my wife, Yana, my son, Caden, and my daughter, Kiana. Thank you all for being here. So hello, and congratulations to the class of 2018. So first of all, I don't want you guys to tell anybody else this. Don't tell the other classes, but the class of 2018 is definitely my favorite class yet by far. So I'll give you that. On behalf of the UCLA Anderson Alumni Board of Directors, I have the distinct honor of being the very first person to officially welcome you to the greatest alumni network in the world. Welcome to your new lifelong family of more than, think she said 39,000 now, brothers and sisters living in more than 75 countries around the world. My experience here has changed my life and set me on a course that has certainly been far greater than if I had not ever had the Anderson experience. After graduating, I felt compelled to give back to this alumni network and to pay it forward to all of those people who reached down and helped me out throughout my journey. I volunteered my time and had wonderful experience of serving in quite a few different capacities on our alumni board. What I found, however, was that the more time and effort that I put in and the more I was involved, the more often the following conversations would occur. So Dwight, tell me about your business, tell me about what you do, which would then lead to, oh, I know somebody that you need to talk to, and they would pick up a phone and introduce me to my benefit. My first investor of my startup company, Pet Life Organic, was a classmate, Fred Eck of the Randolph Group. Thank you, Fred. When getting involved and helping with Kate Pletcher, the founder of our new Anderson CEO Forum, I found my first clients as a fractional CMO. David Warabuff, the CEO of 24/7 Colodoc Telemedicine, and Jeff Campbell, CEO of Geographic Farming. Thank you all. I can without question say that the benefit that I have received from this alumni network far outweighs the time and money that I've put into it. There's just no comparison. My personal experience is a direct example of how you cannot outgive the Anderson Network. Those who open up their hearts and give back to others needing help are the ones who really get the most out of this network. It's often those who have nothing more to offer than a word of encouragement, make an introduction, or helping find answers to questions who really receive the greatest ROI. Don't get me wrong, it's also great to enjoy the wonderful benefits of this network. I've enjoyed fun behind-the-scenes events with exclusive tours from Anderson graduates at places like the Walt Disney Concert Hall and the Magic Castle. Most recently, I got to go behind the scenes at the Staples Center where we took a selfie in the LA Kings locker room with the CEO of AEG, Dan Beckerman, class of '96. Thank you, Dan. Last month, we had a record-breaking number of alumni attend our alumni weekend, class reunions, and alumni conference, and the alumni golf tournament. The golf tournament, it's a meaningful way that I've had the pleasure to co-chair, which is not only a fantastic way to network with other alumni, but also creates a lasting impact through the support of student fellowships. I had the distinct honor to help launch our new webinar series called Anderson Alumni Insights with former Hulu CEO and now chairman of Sony Television, Mike Hopkins, class of 2001. Thank you, Mike. I have yet to land in any major city in the world without being invited to dinner or some amazing global event. And I'll never forget just how globally connected this alumni network is after receiving a copy of Myanmar's new award-winning magazine, Frontier Myanmar, by the founder, who also happens to be an Anderson graduate, and my classmate, Sylvia McCage, class of 2011. Congratulations, Sylvia. Where we are everywhere, and everywhere we are, there's someone who cares about being there for you simply because you're part of this Anderson family. Please join us this October for our worldwide welcome weeks with events in 20+ cities around the world, with the focus being to introduce all of you to our Anderson Alumni Network within our chapters and groups around the globe. To keep you in the loop, you'll be hearing from your class presidents, Michelle Moorhead from the full-time program, Leanne McGowan from the FEMBA program, and Holly Wild from the EMBA program. They are your conduit to the board of directors and will keep you updated on all things Anderson. Michelle, Leanne, and Holly, we are so delighted to welcome you to the Alumni Board of Directors. Class of 2018, you are now UCLA Anderson alumni for life. We are here for you, and I'm so proud to call you my fellow alumni. If you remember only one thing from my time with you today, please remember this, that by reaching down to help others, sometimes we're the ones who are lifted up the highest. And I truly believe that you cannot outgive the UCLA Anderson Alumni Network. My challenge to you today is to try and prove me wrong. So get involved and stay involved. Seek to be of value and find out that the value you receive in return is going to be unmatched. Congratulations once again. Thank you, and may God bless each one of you in your new journey as graduates of the UCLA Anderson School of Management. Go Bruins. I'm going to do a first ever for a president. We're going to do a video selfie. I'm going to say, welcome to our new class of 2018 Alumni Network, and you guys start screaming. Welcome to the newest group of our Alumni Network, the class of 2018. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dwight, for embodying everything that we hope for in Alumni for Life. And now for the final official act of this ceremony, I ask all degree candidates, please rise. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Management, not you, them, and Masters of Business Administration. Congratulations. Congratulations. A lot of hard work and long nights went into this. So we are so proud of each of you. We will miss you. We can't wait to see what you're going to do next. However, for a moment more, just stay in your seats. We're inviting everyone to join us for the celebration back on the North Athletic Field, which is just behind you, to toast and congratulate our candidates. The processional will leave first, and then please follow. Congratulations, everyone.
All right, John.
Okay, I'll see you there.